Wonderful to have you join us on our Polokalama. We are just a few minutes away from the top of the hour, not too far away from 5 o'clock. But right now, we're going to talk a little bit about a wonderful festival that's happening right now. This week, it's known as Mau Festival in Wellington. And here to tell us more is the lovely Mīria George. Kia orana, māloelele to you, Mīria.
Kia orana, John. Kia orana koutou. So lovely to be with you this afternoon.
Oh, me taki atupaka. Wonderful to have you on our Polokalama this afternoon, my dear. Tell us more about Kia Mau, and it kicked off over the weekend, eh?
It did. We've been rolling since the 2nd of June. We are in our second week of Kia Mau Festival, an arts festival based in Te Whanganui Atara and showcasing Māori, Pasifika and global Indigenous work to the world. We're a contemporary arts company, so it means that our artists are working within new forms, but often weaving from our traditional and heritage arts. And it's a really exciting place to be, especially if you're able to get here to Wellington.
Tell us a little bit about the history of the festival.
The festival came out of a want from our artistic director and chief executive, Hone Koka, to ensure that our artists, our people and their companies had space on the main stages. We're telling our stories for us, by us. So in 2015, that marked the very first year of Kia Mau.
Wow.
And back then there were 6 productions that were part of our festival. This year is our 7th festival year. We have about 400 artists coming from around Aotearoa and the world. And yeah, I believe last count there was around 32 productions.
Man, that is fantastic, my dear. And awesome to celebrate, some of our Pasifika artists and their work as well. I understand that we had a concert, which is what I was referring to,
Yes, in the weekend.
in the weekend. So you had the likes of Arija there.
Yes, we had Arija, we had Jerome Pare, we had our
Mania.
icon, Brother Love there, we had the Wanderers back together, and they were all paying homage to our Cook Island string bands. It was an awesome event. We took over the Michael Fowler Centre. We had about 1,000 people there, food trucks outside, a katu for sale, and just to really heat up the city in a way that it hadn't been done before, and that's really the key kaupapa to Kia Mau. It is ensuring that our artists are taking up space on the Michael Fowler Centre stage, are taking up space at the Opera House. In 2025, we'll be on stage at the St. James Theatre. That's a promise. You heard it here first.
I love it.
But when it's led by us, by our people, there is a way of being that prioritizes our people and our stories. So that's
Oh, fantastic. Atawai Volo. And I see that a Tongan production. This is by the lovely Sisi Uno Helu. She is the artistic director. Choreography is by herself, Sisi Uno, as well as Daniel Mateo. And also Virginia Helu, her younger sister in the costume department. But it's called Hikuleo. And it happened last night and also this evening as well at 6:30 p.m. at the Te Auha at Tāpere Nui, 65 Dixon Street, Te Aro in Wellington as well. So the details I'll put up on our page. So that's just a little taste of some of the Pasifika performances or pieces that are part of the festival.
We're so fortunate to have Sisi Unu Helu here with us for Kia Mau and to have Tautahi, a Tongan company based in Sydney at the moment, and a collaboration between herself and Daniel Mateo, another Tongan and First Nations Aboriginal Australian, a dancer. So to have their work here is a very a special production for Kia Mau. It means that we're also collaborating with Pacific Dance Festival, led by Sefa Inari and Tāmaki Bakoto, which is something that that's a partnership that's continuing to happen. But I was talking to Uno yesterday, And already she was very keen to come back to Kia Mau. I know last night they had a full house with the Tongan community in the theatre at Te Auaha. We're expecting another big turnout tonight. It's really exciting. I do know that Una was back in the theatre with her company today, wanting to tweak lights, tweak sound. The work continues. So one more night here in Pōneke. If you're wanting to come into the theatre, come in and you'll have a beautiful night with tautahi and hiku leo.
For offer Aupito, and I've posted the link to the production Hikuleo on our PM Tonga page, so do check it out if you're in Te Whanganui-a-Tara, Wellington. Ho eke pia mo ka kai whanua. Support our Tongan artists and our Tongan stories unfold on stage as part of Kia Mau, which also means Kia Mau and Te Reo Māori. It's like, come join us. It's kind of like a unity, united front, eh?
Yeah, it's a call. It can be, our languages, there are so many interpretations. It can be a call to hold fast, a call to join us, a call to be strong, but it is that we do it together.
Ka pai e hoa. And any final message for our kāinga, those who are in Te Whanganui-a-Tara or near the capital of Aotearoa, if they're available this week, because it continues on, the other performances.
It continues on. We have a Samoan Cambodian company opening the work Ole Pepilo Le Ngaoi Ma Le Palaai tomorrow night at Circa Theatre. It's an epic Samoan language drama written by Natano Kini and directed by Natano Kini. But also I really want to acknowledge Shifting Centre, an emerging Pasifika street dance collective who were presenting last week as part of Kia Mau and produced by emerging Tongan artist Kasivalu, who is, they're all an extraordinary bunch of young ones. The next generation is looking so bright. Keep watching out, listening out. If we don't see you at Te Auaha tonight, we may see you at Circa tomorrow night.
Me taki maata, ofalahi atu to you, malo Aupito Mīria Atawai Wolo, and me taki atu paka for joining us on our Polo Kalama. All the best for the rest of the wonderful celebrations at the Kia Mau Festival over there in Te Whanganui-a-Tara. Malo Aupito.
Me taki mata.
Ho eke